What's up? Disrupt network marketing. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a company called Smash Chicago's or Smash Media, and our slogan is, our mission is to smash your competition, choke them into submission until they tap out. I'm just very good at clever with the words, but in this Facebook or this Disrupt Network Marketing Live, which is pretty much only for this group, we're going to discuss the truth about MLM gurus, that they're prey that I don't tell you guys at all. So I've been having a lot of discussions with different network marketers. There's a lot in my coaching group that have worked with other gurus. So I'm not going to say their name, but eventually I will start calling out the network marketers, gurus that are pretty much full of nonsense. And what's up, Kim? What's up, Christine? What's up, Rhiannon? So let's go right into it. First of all, let's make it very clear. I've been disrupting network marketing way before I came up with the name Disrupt Network Marketing. If we go back when I was in the Visalis company and they ended up screwing me out of commission. What's up, Erica? I ended up what's up, Priscilla? I ended up doing a video about them, and I found out everything about these guys. Everything from sleeping with the girls at the companies, at their company events, doing cocaine, having some private money things going on that no one knew about. So when I did my first video about Visalis, it went viral to the point where old reps started hitting me up and giving me more stories. What's up, Julia? So, first things to be said is Eric Worre blocked me from his fan page probably like a year ago because he was posting about, you know, what they always talk about, relationships. What's up, Kristen? Relationship building. I went to one of his top videos, and it's 5 things you need to do to get building your network marketing business or whatever. And it was nonsense. So I came up with a tagline: how to recruit 61 people in 60 days without stalking your family and friends. And then Eric Worre used it and said how to recruit 30 people in 30 days. What's up, Alicia? So I called him out on it, and then he took it down. Then there's a guy that he trained, a younger guy. So these are the only 2 names I'm going to call out, because the other gurus, you guys know their names. You know who I would be talking about if I mentioned them. But there's a guy named Frazier. He goes by the Networking Ninja. So he was using my Stop Chasing Customers marketing. He was using my just using my marketing. So I called him out on the fan page. He blocked me from his fan page. So then he ended up messaging me and saying, you know, oh, it probably wasn't me, it was my team. Yeah, like you have a team. And what's up, Melissa? And literally basically took down the marketing the next day, right? Now that's just one of the other ones. And there's a guy named Jimmy J's, that uses my Stop Chasing Customers, start attracting customers. He started using that marketing. And then I called him out on the fan page, and what happens? He blocked me, talking about how you can get reps from Meetup, blah, blah, blah. I've been teaching Meetup forever. What's up, Terry? So, all nonsense. So, I'm just in the beginning of disrupting. I'm just at the beginning of disrupting network marketing, but I can already tell it's working because I've been blocked from 3 fan pages within the last month. Because here's one thing that me and Jennifer came up with years ago. You cannot call yourself a public figure with privacy settings. So if you're afraid that I'm calling you out, that shows that you got something to hide if you block me from your fan page. I would love people to talk trash to me on my fan page. I ain't worried about that. I would love for someone to make a video about me and talk about what I do and what I don't do. Would love it, because then I could debate them and I could make them look like a fool, right? So let's go right into it. How is it that these MLM gurus are getting away with it? Well, you guys are caught up in what we call starstruck, where you, just because they're hanging out with all the other guys and they're all hanging out with each other and they're putting each other on each other's videos, that's what they do. That's what they do in the seminar world. That's what they do in the network marketing world, okay? So I'm going to go right to it. First thing that you guys probably don't know, that they don't want me to tell you, is that each one of them has a following. So the one with the biggest following is Eric Worre. He's got over 1 million followers, right? So that's my goal, is to pass him. But what you don't know is that when they kind of get a cap where they've only got so many of you guys that will pay them money to teach them whatever it is they're trying to teach them, then what ends up happening is they run out of people because their following only hit a peak, right? So then what they'll do is they'll do what we call list sharing. That happens a lot in the seminar world, but it's now happening in the network marketing world, where they're saying, oh, it's all about not competition, it's all about cooperation. Yeah, that's true, but I know what they're doing. So once they can't sell nothing else to their list, they do this thing called list sharing, where now they'll promote another guy to their list so you could buy his crap. Then he will go and turn around and promote that guy on his list so they can buy his crap. So, and then meanwhile they're doing revenue share, so like they're sharing in the profits. Like, I'll let you sell to my list, and then whatever you get 50, I get 50. How do I know this? Because I've done seminars for years, and I used to have people come speak at my events and sell programs, but I was very strict on who I had come out to my events because a lot of them are full of crap. Actually, I had one lady come speak at my event, and she ended up sleeping with one of my staff members, and I called her out on it, and she was all like, "Oh!" She basically went hiding. She went hiding after I called her out on that. So that's one thing that the MLM gurus don't want you to know, is that they're going to share your list. So you guys are all, and here's another thing you guys haven't realized, right? They all say the same thing. They're all saying the same thing. Kind of always telling you got to keep going, never give up, you got to keep dreaming, what's your why? Same stuff. Never, all the same. So whether you buy from one guru or the other, they're all going to teach you the same thing because they really don't even know how to do online or internet marketing. And how do I know that? Because when they go do their pay-per-click advertisement, they're advertising to their following and getting the same people that already followed them to opt into their page again. That makes no sense, right? So that's one thing I know for sure. And then they have the audacity. For network marketers, 97% of network marketers are struggling, right? A lot of them are not making enough money, and they're not building it the way they want to. So what I think is insane is that Eric Worre will charge anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 to go to his seminar. $10,000. Like, what can you really learn for $10,000 that you couldn't probably watch on a YouTube video of the guys that are speaking? And then what you'll notice if you go to these events, they're going to have a bunch of speakers there that you probably have heard of, so you get excited. And then they're all selling you stuff from stage. And meanwhile, they're all splitting it. That's what they do. But here's the thing that I think is insane, is that for $10,000, you could have put a billboard on the local expressway in your neighborhood, sending them to a website that you've created, a landing page preferably, and then get people to sign up from the expressway with that kind of marketing. With $10,000, you could do a freaking commercial. With $10,000, you can do a freaking radio spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to spend money on marketing, then don't do it to become starstruck and you get to take a photo with this guy and that guy and whatnot, because who cares? Who cares? Back in the day when I used to talk about the seminar world, before I started going back into the MLM world, I used to call out Bill Proctor. You know, people were all Bill Proctor. I love Bill Proctor. And people were paying just to basically to smell his farts is what I would say. It was a joke. Because, like, seriously, man, like, how much money are you really going to spend to learn from the weekend, and how much are you really going to take away from that? So literally, it's a waste of time, waste of money, right? But we all do it because this is what it's the network marketing world, and I got to hang out with XYZ guy. All right, here's another thing. One of the biggest things that they do that really irritates me, and I was talking to a couple people that have been in these other guys' coaching programs, is that they really just sell you hope, right? They're hope salesmen. And I did a video years ago talking about, and I used to say network marketing is like church with products, right? You go to the events, you go to the calls, you go to the company events, all to get pumped up, spending more money. Meanwhile, average network marketer only makes $400 a year. The average network marketer spends over $2,000. And as I started to work with network marketers, the average network marketer spends about $10,000 a year building their business. Everything from event seminars to what else is it? The freaking going to the meetings, going to the conventions, buying products, spending money on flyers. You know, they're just wasting tons of money. No strategy, just keep running out there trying to talk to people. Hopefully it'll work, right? So then you'll hear things like, you got to dream. You'll hear things like, you got to know your why that makes you cry. Then they'll say things like, you know, you just got to keep going. And they'll post things like, if you just keep grinding, eventually you make it. I think everybody, post in the comments below, are you sick of grinding? Are you sick of hoping? Are you sick of literally just, I'm just going to keep believing, man, and eventually it's going to work. And if it was that simple, I think most people that I meet would already be successful because everybody's living on that same wave, right? So anyways, next thing. One of the videos I watched, like, you're missing out on the opportunities. Basically, you got to be talking to people at this coffee shop. You should be meeting with people in your community. You should join a hobby. You should go hit up a gym. So pretty much what they're saying is, just go talk to everybody and meet people. Meanwhile, you're not doing any marketing, you're not doing any attraction, you're not funneling them into any kind of system. So then you're just rambling on to millions of people, hoping that eventually one will say, hey, I want to do your MLM business, which if it was that easy, again, 97% of network marketers wouldn't fail. And the last thing I'll say about this, and I got a lot more to talk about, but I hope you guys got some insight from it, is all they ever talk about is you got to prospect. And then they got you in coaching groups telling them how many people you've prospected. I already know that. I don't need to tell you how many I prospected. This is what I've been doing. Teach me how to freaking close. Teach me how to present. Teach me how to reach out to somebody. Teach me how to do anything else but what I've already been doing, which is prospecting, which is talking to people, which is hitting up everybody from my mama to my grandma to my aunt to my cousin, hitting up people at Starbucks, hitting up people at the bookstore, hitting up people in the line at Target. Like, we've already done that, and it looks desperate. You don't want to interrupt somebody in the middle of their conversation and basically say, oh, hey, by the way, you want to check out my MLM opportunity? It's just there's no marketing strategy behind what they teach, and that's because they don't know what they're doing, and they already got a following. Because when you're in an MLM and you're in the top thing, you're going to have a following. So it ain't that hard to get likes and loves and people to comment on your stuff and become famous in the network marketing industry because you already made it in one place, and then you just moved your crap to the next thing, right? So all I wanted to really do with this video is not to make anybody get offended because you've already spent money on all the different guys and you've worked with different guys. I don't care about that. You already done it. There's nothing you can do. You thought that was the right thing to do. At least you were hungry enough to make a move, right? The only thing I'm going to say to you is this, is like, unless there is a return on investment, unless there's going to be some kind of lead generation going on, unless there's going to be some kind of strategy where we can monetize it so that you can know that you've done it and it actually works, it makes no sense. So for now on, when you guys see me wear the crown, that's when you know Joe's going to be the king of controversy. He's going to call out some people, and that's what I'm going to do. If you guys don't see me wearing the crown, I'm just going to probably teach something for the majority of people. But what I will say to you is this, is that you have to start thinking like a marketer, not like a pitch salesman or a glorified salesperson, and just pitch. You got to be very deliberate. You got to be very strategic on what you're saying, how you're saying it, and then attract the people that already kind of get your vibe and that will want to join the MLM no matter what it is, versus just keep running around, going to the next thing, listening to the next guy, and meanwhile they all say the same thing and you're not any further than where you were the day before. So work your way to the top because the bottom's too crowded. I hope you guys learned from this video.